Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I'll be reading the August 10th Daily Inspirational Message. The condensed version is 2 paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a few comments on the message. And if you find the message of use, please be so kind as to like the video. Thank you for that. Here we go, the title. Judgment and not forgiving are forms of self-abuse. Paragraph 1. What you think of and do to others, you feel and experience yourself. Don't your judgments of others weigh you down, no matter how right the ego says that you are to make them? Doesn't your inability to forgive others bring you a sense of incompletion and regret? Doesn't this way of thinking increase your daily levels of stress, anxiety, and guilt? Doesn't being in a bad mood hasten your anger? When in this mindset, doesn't your patience fade quicker? Don't these judgments and your lack of forgiveness keep you tossing and turning at night? How much longer will you insist on punishing yourself with your own thoughts? If you have come to this message, it is because the time for judgment, punishment, and pain is over, and the time for forgiveness, healing, and peace has come. Paragraph 2. Today, let us practice respecting our whole self. We can do so by recalling that the thoughts, words, and emotions we use on others first have to flow through us. It will be these thoughts, words, and emotions that will either poison or heal us. If we withhold forgiveness from others, it is we who will suffer. Still, let us not despair, for thanks to free will, our freedom from the ego's programming and mindset is always just a simple choice away. When we choose forgiveness over judgment, we choose peace and prosperity over poison and pain. Forgiveness, being an extension and expression of love, aligns us with the mind of God. Today, at one with the mind of God, let us make non-judgment and forgiveness our constant companions. As we do so, we make each interaction a step we take in the healing of ourselves and this world. Okay. Judgment and not forgiving are forms of self-abuse. Okay, today I'm going to make 5 points that I trust will assist both of us in the implementation of today's daily inspiration. Point number 1, we are all one. And so whatever we think of our brothers or sisters, whatever that is, however we react to them, has to first flow through us. And so if we judge them, then we poison and punish ourselves. Yes, the ego says, hey, you're judging them. They have a separate body from yours. Therefore, it shouldn't hurt you to judge them. But what really happens when you judge and condemn somebody else, you feel the weight of your condemnations, of your judgment, and you carry that weight with you. And so point number 1, remember, we're all one. And so if you judge a brother or sister, you poison and punish yourself. Point number 2, being all one, we can also set ourselves free from the ego's programming, judgment-centric, fear-based programming. And so we can set ourselves free from the judgments of this world. And so if we choose forgiveness or compassion or kindness or understanding, that again, those emotions and energies have to flow through us. And so when forgiveness, compassion, understanding, mercy, grace flow through us, who heals? We do. And so we heal ourselves by choosing to see our brothers as healed and forgiven. That's point number 2. Point number 3, let us remember who is responsible for my peace of mind and joy. It's nothing out there. We define what seems to be going on out there. So we can define a situation or an expression of our brothers and sisters. We can define it through judgment, through judging and condemning them, or we can define it through forgiving and having compassion for them. And so we can imprison ourselves in that judgment and condemnation, in that poison and pain, or we can free ourselves through compassion and forgiveness and understanding and mercy and grace. And so we are responsible for either healing or poisoning ourselves, not anyone out there, not anything out there. We define the experience. And so we can free ourselves or we can imprison ourselves within our own minds. We hold the power. We, not the outer world. And so let us stop blaming the outer world, because if we give our power, if we blame the outer world, we're giving our power away to the outer world. If we take personal responsibility, we remember that we hold the power. And that is close to point number 4. That is the good news, is that at any moment, you can find the key to your joy and peace. When the world calls out for judgment, you can forgive and set yourself free, thanks to free will. When the world calls out for punishment and pain, you can have compassion and choose healing instead, and thus free yourself from the delusional mindset of the ego's world. When the ego calls for pain, you can free yourself by deciding to choose peace instead. And so it is good news that nothing out there is going to take away your peace of mind and joy. Only you have personal responsibility for that. So that's good news. And that's point number 4. Point number 5. No matter how dramatic the ego makes a situation or interaction, or how unforgivable, I can say this, unforgivable, I forgive myself for that. Unforgivable, the ego says that the situation is, you're always just one simple choice away from achieving peace of mind and joy. So no matter how dramatic the story, sometimes the ego says, oh, it's just this little drama, but still you have to wait an hour to forgive. Or it's this big drama, you have to wait months or years to forgive. No. You never have to wait hours and you never have to wait years. You can always wait just one moment. You're always one moment away from healing and peace by choosing forgiveness instead of judgment, and thus peace instead of pain. And so remember, no matter how complicated the ego says that the situation was, no matter how much judgment you have to hold on to, and for how long the ego says you have to hold on to that judgment, in any moment, you can return to the now, the holy instant, and choose peace instead of pain by choosing forgiveness instead of judgment. All right, I hope that was of use to you, and thank you very much for your time. I love you, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.